For example 4, it wants us to determine the area of the rectangle, expressing it in simplest radical form. Well, the area is going to equal one side length, 4 root 28, multiplied by the other side length, 3 root 25. The 28, I'm going to simplify into 2 and 14, and 2 and 7. I have my pair of 2's, I have a 7 that's left on its own, and I still had a 4 on the outside, which means that this would be the same as 4 times 2 times the square root of 7. If I have the square root of 25, that's just 5 and 5. So this one would just be 3 times 5, because I just have the single pair. So I can say that the area is going to equal, well, this is going to be 8 root 7, and this is just going to be 15. 8 root 7 times 15. The area is going to be 8 times 15 is 120, and the square root of 7. And there's my answer. If I'm using the distributive law to expand and simplify these, then I'm just going to multiply the coefficient into both terms. 7 and 3 is going to give me root 21, and 7 and 2 is going to give me root 14, and neither of these can be simplified. In the second case, if I have negative and 2, it's going to give me negative 2, and 6 and 3 is going to give me the square root of 18. Negative and negative is going to make it positive, and root 6 and root 2 is going to give me root 12. And here I can simplify the 18 and the 12. If I have 18, it's going to become 2 and 9, and 3 and 3. 12 is going to become 2 and 6, and 2 and 3. So, what I actually have here is negative 2 times 3 times the square root of 2 plus 2 times the square root of 3, or negative 6 root 2 plus 2 root 3. And there's my simplified answer. In the last case, I have 2 and x are going to be the square root of x squared, plus x and y is going to be the square root of xy. The square root of x squared is just x, and the square root of xy can't be simplified because there's no perfect square in there. For example 6, I'm just going to write out, well, how do I get the area? The area is going to be equal to one side length, 4 plus root 6, multiplied by the other side length, 7 minus root 6. And I'm going to treat it like my polynomials. I'm going to FOIL it out. Multiply the first terms, the outside terms, inside terms, and the last terms. So the area is going to equal 4 times 7 is 28, minus 4 root 6, plus 7 root 6. And positive root 6 and negative root 6 is going to give me minus the square root of 36. The area is going to equal 28. 4 root 6 and 7 root 6 can get combined to make 3 root 6. And the square root of 36 is going to be minus 6. The 28 and negative 6 are going to give me 22 plus 3 root 6. And there is my fully simplified version. In the second case, if this is a perfect square, which is indicated by the lines coming through here, then I'm going to say that the area for this is going to equal 2 root 18 minus root 27 times 2 root 18 minus the square root of 27. I can probably simplify these, so I'm going to start with 2 root 18. And that's going to give me 2 and 9, 3 and 3. So what I actually have is 2 times 3 times square root of 2, or 6 root 2. If I have the square root of 27, that's going to be 3 and 9, and 3 and 3. 27 just becomes 3 root 3. So I'm going to replace these with the simplified forms, because I like to multiply smaller numbers. The area is going to equal 6 root 2 minus 3 root 3 times 6 root 2 minus 3 root 3. And I'm going to FOIL it out again. First term, outside terms, inside terms, and the last terms. So for the first terms, 6 times 6 is 36, and root 2 and root 2 is root 4. 6 times 3 is going to give me negative 18, and 2 and 3 is going to give me the square root of 6. 3 times 6 is going to give me another negative 18, and 3 and 2 is going to give me another root 6. And finally, negative 3 and negative 3 makes positive 9, and 3 and 3, the square root of 9. And I can simplify what I have here. So I can combine my like terms, and I can solve or simplify the square root of 4 and the square root of 9. So the area is going to be 36 and 2. Negative 18 is going to give me negative 36 root 6 plus 9, and the square root of 9 is going to be 3. The area is equal to 72 minus 36 root 6, and 9 times 3 is plus 27, and I can combine those like terms. The area is equal to 99 minus 36 root 6. And I'm done.